Here are 5 healthy foods to stop eating if you want to lose weight faster. Now, at the end of 2019, I lost over 30 pounds and have kept it off since. I had my first child in 2022 and my second child in 2023 and have gone back to my, lower weight. So I'm 5'2.5" for reference. I'm 38 years old and I'm about 105 pounds. So the first food is healthy oils. Now, it's a very hot topic. Some people think oils are healthy, avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oils, and they want to say that they're a superfood or they're very healthy. Whether you think they're healthy or not, they are adding to weight gain, not helping weight loss. They're the most calorie-dense food there is, unless you want to include whale blubber, I believe might be this slightly higher than that. But of the foods the majority of us eat, oils are the highest. They're almost 4,000 calories per pound. And drizzling them all over your healthy meals is literally, in some cases, almost doubling the calorie density of that meal. So I definitely recommend removing the added oils and also eliminating fast food, even restaurant food, even healthy restaurant food, because almost always it contains a large amount of these oils, which are not helping your weight loss goals. Next, nuts, seeds, and nut and seed butters like tahini, peanut butter, cashew butter, all of the nut butters. Now that I'm at my healthy weight range, I do from time to time have nuts and nut butters occasionally, but when I was in my weight loss phase, I did not consume those at all. And if I was trying to lose weight and that was my goal, I would not recommend nut butters. They're probably the second highest calorie density thing that you can consume. Peanut butter is, I believe, just under 3,000 calories per pound. It's very calorie dense, very rich in calories per bite, and it can be hard to moderate. So next I will say avocado and guacamole. Now this is a health food. I do consume avocado. I love avocado rolls when I go for sushi, but during a weight loss phase, it's a high-fat food, especially if you're having guacamole and chips for sure, because again, it's hard to moderate, and a tablespoon is quite a few calories, and I don't know about you, but I could eat a lot more than a tablespoon of guacamole and just keep going. And again, it's a high-fat food, so I would swap that out for a homemade chickpea dip or a bean dip, oil-free, of course, and you can make it very tasty. You can add a bit of salt, you can add garlic powder, onion powder, flavor it up. I have very many videos showing these types of recipes, very easy recipes on my channel. You can check that out. And next, I would say wraps, bagels, bread. Again, some of them are very healthy. There are very healthy options for wraps and bagels and bread and things like that have very healthy ingredients in them, but they are very calorie dense. So if you're going to opt for starches, I would definitely opt for wet starches instead. So things like rice, things like oatmeal, about 350 calories per pound, because these foods contain the water. The water and the fiber in foods contain 0 calories. So if you can get a food packed with water and fiber like oatmeal or like rice or like millet, quinoa, these foods are going to be very satiating and they're going to really aid your weight loss and help you to reach those goals a lot faster. So it's much better to have some baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, or a big bowl of oatmeal with some fresh fruit, some cinnamon, like a little bit of unsweetened plant milk. That is a much better option than having some toast for breakfast with peanut butter and jam. You're going to dramatically chop the calorie density of your meal and chop the calories you're consuming overall. The next healthy food we're going to cut out is dried fruit. Now again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with dried fruit. It can be a great convenient snack. It's great for travel. It can be there's nothing wrong with it. It's a healthy food. However, if weight loss is your goal, it's much more calorie dense. And so a handful of dried fruit can contain way more calories than you think that you're eating. And again, it can prevent you from losing weight. So it's one of those foods where you might be eating them and then thinking, I'm eating so healthy all day and I'm not dining out, I'm not eating fast food, why am I not losing weight? Well, if you're having handfuls of dried fruit, that could be preventing weight loss. So just something switching from handfuls of raisins and things like that, and then instead have a bowl of grapes, which are essentially the same food except the water is removed from the grapes to make raisins. It's a huge difference in calorie density, and I've Googled it for you. So the calories per pound of grapes are 306. So a big bowl, a pound full of grapes is 306 calories. Now, how many calories do you think there are in a pound of raisins, which is essentially the same food? There's no sugar added, just the same food. 1,350 calories per pound. So simply removing the water, because now that there's no water to fill up your stomach, you can eat, think of how many raisins can you eat at a time? A bunch. Well, you're not going to eat that many grapes at once. You're going to eat one at a time. And that's another thing. You're also eating it much more slowly, grapes. You're eating one at a time versus raisins, which you can kind of just shovel in and eat a ton. So just making that swap can help assist your weight loss goals. And that's it. That's number 6. So I hope you enjoyed this list. And if you have any items that you'd like to add to the list for everyone to see, then feel free to do that as well. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.